This is the Common Knowledge Podcast. We are back. Sitting right across from me is No Idols, aka No ID, Mr. Integrity. To the left of me, you got KC, Mr. 310. Leg day every day. He ain't messing around. And right here, you got just $1 in the dream and some real niggas on the team. You sitting here with Ken, the analyst, and this is the Common Knowledge Podcast. How y'all feeling?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Holiday season, like Gucci and them used to say.
Facts. What about you, man?
Not too bad. Just making it one day at a time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, for me, prioritizing, you know, it's a very serious thing. Like today, I was like a chicken with his head cut off today. You know, because time don't mess around with nobody.
Yeah.
It don't mess around with nobody, right? So I'm up here trying to get everything together, trying to make it here on time. And, you know, my boy hit me up. Shout out to my boy, Jamel. My man's hit me up. And he was like, yo, man, I just checked out your last episode. And I didn't even realize the Diddy episode dropped today.
Yeah.
You know.
Pause.
I know, right? But yeah, Joe, so he hit me up. And he was like, yo, I just checked out your episode. And I'm so... you know, when he told me that, I was just like, man, I ain't even realize that. So speaking of that, I was gonna come in here and I was just gonna go off on like just not being supported. I really was, because I felt like, you know, I wasn't getting enough love and support from my friends and family. But then I realized you don't need it from everybody, right? Yeah. So my man Jamel hit me up. I want to say shout out to Jamel. I want to shout out my cousin in Houston. I want to shout out my cousin in Indiana. You know, I do get support,
right?
But sometimes people that you speak to on a regular basis, there are certain individuals that you would think that you would get a different type of support from. Mm-hmm. And when they don't give it to you, it kind of messes with you a little bit. But then you go through this whole thing, like, is family and friend support, is it a myth, kind of, sort of, right? You know, because, you know, the first people you start something, the first group of people you want to show it to and the first people you want to hear from is the people close to you. Their opinions matter the most.
Oh, yeah.
And everything. Like, y'all, how do you feel about that?
I got a few people that I want to give a special shout out to. I want to give a shout out to the man behind the lens, CP. You know,
appreciate you, CP.
He do a real good job. You know what I'm saying? He got a magnificent studio. You know what I'm saying? He videographer. If you want some real good photos too, this man is cold with that. Like, he know how to make the light and just hit you just right and catch you in your best moment. It's a beautiful thing. And on top of that, he a producer and all this other stuff. So it's like, it's so many things and gifts and talents that this man has, and he could really, you know what I'm saying, you know, add value into your life. I also want to shout out No ID. This is a good man right here. And for sure, it's like, y'all see us here, but off the scene, he doing his big one. Like, with the editing and all of that, this man is cold. And on top of that, a family man. And he is making time and fitting in enough time to get so much good stuff done for the team. So I really appreciate that.
I appreciate that too, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's real touch.
And
that's
on top of that, another special shout out to my man's Ken, the analyst. You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
make me cry, man. Where's the tissue at?
Like, for real, like, you know, I met him at work while I delivered him a pizza. You know what I'm saying? I delivered him a pizza.
And it was on time. And it was hot and ready.
I delivered him a pizza. And, you know, I was like, I seen him waiting at the dock. I was like, hey, bro, I got these push-up stands. You know what I'm saying? You want to get a quick workout? He's like, yeah, I'll use them. And I would have never known that it would have evolved to something like this. You know what I'm saying? Actually, you know, becoming a part of the team. And, you know what I'm saying? This is a good dude right here. Like, a good hustler. Like, he know how to hustle hard, do what he needs to do to make stuff happen. He'll figure out whatever needs to happen. And, like, even off the scenes with him, walking up on people, hey, sign up to this podcast right now. Sign up to it. That's the muscle. That's the muscle. This is the muscle right here, man. I'm telling you, man. This is the muscle.
Hey,
brain, big brain.
No, he's the muscle. He'll punch a hole through your chest. Don't get it twisted.
So, it's just, I love my team, man. So I want to give a special shout out to them and, go from there.
I also speak to that, you know what I'm saying, like while we handing out flowers, because it's like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, like people was like, how we end up sitting together, because like we all so different.
Yeah.
But it's like, I appreciate y'all being who y'all are from Ken's delusion, to Casey's bluntness, like y'all just being who y'all are. I appreciate who y'all are, for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
But yeah, so back to that though. Back to the family and friend support. How do you feel about a close friend of yours, someone you spent years speaking to, and along the way y'all start to, go y'all separate path, but you still want to hear from this person. You still want this person around, and this individual just simply don't want anything to do with what you got going on, and it's such an innocent thing.
It is confusing. Like it puts your emotions into a whirlwind, because like I've had people like that. Like in my family, it was people that I would never thought that I wouldn't be talking to today that I'm not talking to.
Yeah.
And I did everything that I could possibly do to avoid this reality, and I still ended up in it. It like it annoys me completely, and I just hate that, like no matter how hard that I was trying to hold on to that relationship, that it ended up,
it still fell apart,
and it makes no sense.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. It's confusing, because it's like it's supposed to, like, especially like me, like I got like a thick skin, and I can deal with anything that really the world throws at me, but I'm real family oriented, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's the only way that I'm really attacked. Like that's who the devil works with me, because like he know, like, I could send a stranger to his way. That ain't gonna affect him. Oh, let me send his favorite cousin. Let me send his day one. Like let me and that's who it comes from, and that shit be.
It hurts.
And then it's to the point that now I'm only getting it from family. I could be in Italy talking to a stranger on a boat. They will love everything about me. We could barely speak to each other. But my family that watched me since I was a child, that's who it's coming from.
Yeah.
It's confusing. Yeah. It's confusing.
I had a situation with a buddy. He started with my music, and it's like we had a falling out like years into me doing music, and he ended up hating on my stuff. Like he ended up talking stuff about the music, and then he came back into my life again, loving it again. So it's like you're gonna bump into some people that give out some confusing views. It's like, do you love it or do you hate it? So it's like you just gotta remember with content creation that not everybody gonna like it, but you can't discard your family members because they not rocking with your product. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what? And you're right about that. And that was what I was wondering. Like, where do the hate stem from? If you're doing everything right, you're showing up, you're calling, you're willing to share everything, why do the hate still evolve? Like, why is it still there? Like, where do it comes from? Like, it'd be a situation that you be on like your Drake stuff. Like, what did I miss? Like, real. Like, what did I miss? We was all just kicking and making music together. What happened? Yeah. And everything. We was all breaking bread together. And, and when you going through that, when you building something, the people you think about the most is not calling you. The people you want to hear from the most is not responding to you. And then then it gets substituted. Like, you meet strangers. And the love from them kind of substitute the pain a little bit, even though it's like, yeah, this is love, but I want to speak to someone that knows me.
Yeah, that been knowing you.
That knows me from the beginning. So it's like, like I had a situation with, he was riding with me with my boy Steve and everything. So he called me. He like, yo, man, give me some motivational. Give me something motivational. Like, how do you stay motivated? Keep in mind, I'm the type of person that don't miss a phone call. And if I do miss a phone call, I'll call you back, right? Mm-hmm. If you call me, it's right then and there. So I get this phone call from him, and I'm like, he asked me, some questions. I'm like, yo, why don't you just check out my episodes? And he came up with every excuse you can possibly think of to not go on YouTube and look at two.
He gonna watch this one.
No, he's not. That's why I'm not worried.
That's why you can say his name.
I'm not worried. But yeah, though. But he would not go. It's like you would have thought that I was asking him to fly because he's in Florida. So you would have thought that I was asking him to fly to Chicago to watch me stand on a podium and give a show. Like, yo, book a flight, book a hotel, get you a Uber, and he refused to just go on YouTube, go to the page, even though it's in the same conversation of what he's asking me about, right? So he's asking me about motivation, what keeps you motivated. And I'm like, yo, why don't you just check out my pod? And he was like, look, man, I'm too busy. Why would I check out your pod when I can just talk to you right now?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, and then he even he was more like, I came to your graduation 10 years ago. That should be enough. And that pained me.
That's 10 years ago, man.
Yeah, but it pained me the most because his influence to me means a lot. As we grew up together, we did a ton of things together, right? It was never no bad blood. So to get to a point where it's awkward between us now, I couldn't understand, like, where did that stem from? Like, what did I do wrong, or where did it go wrong, or what can I change, or how can I help you?
I don't think you did nothing wrong. No, what I'm thinking is you value the relationship more than that other person probably values the relationship, and you thinking that it's supposed to match, but in reality, most relationships are off balanced. So it's going to always be somebody that's going to give more, and it's going to be somebody else that's going to take more. Yeah. And, it's just a harsh reality with dealing with people. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that both entities are given the same amount and getting the same amount out of that situation.
Yeah, because I was ended up being privy by proxy to that conversation. And, in the moment, I was like, this nigga's a piece of shit. But, like, I had to think. I was like, what's happening here? Like, what's happening here? Because, like, he will talk to you about y'all past days all day. Yeah. But he don't want to talk about anything that you got going on now. Maybe it's because he doesn't have anything going on now, and he just don't want to see you grow. So he, like, keeps you in this place in his mind. Yeah. And he don't see you like that because y'all live separately, so he could just think that you're not growing because he's not growing. But if you be like, hey man, I don't want to hear that right now. I don't want to. Don't tell me about 2025 right now. Like, and I was like, it just people that they don't want to see you grow because they got you in this light in their mind.
You want to know what will really make me upset? If something was to happen to me, and then he decided to listen to my pod after my death or something like that, that would drive me crazy. I would be turning in my grave. I'd be like, yo, don't even bother now. Don't even bother now.
Nah, he need to bother. At least he got an opportunity. That's the good thing about content creation. It gives people that opportunity that's not reaching out now to be able to actually view your life, postmortem. Well, what's that?
Postmortem.
Yeah, postmortem. Yeah, because what was that? Was I talking about after the damn pregnancy? Shit.
Postmortem.
Yeah.
I said postmortem.
But anyway.
It's common knowledge. We all learn it together. It's common knowledge.
I'm talking about after a baby. Damn. But anyways, at least they have that opportunity to see who you was, because a lot of my favorite artists, I found out about them after their death. So at least we have the opportunity to go back and see things.
Yeah. And some people have a problem with that. Some people have a problem. Some people feel like if you didn't listen to this person now, if you wasn't checking for this person now, don't wait until they die to start giving roses.
Tupac died when I was 2 or 3, man.
Okay, that's besides
Come
that.
on, man.
Besides that, I'm talking about like somebody like, this something current, like a Pop Smoke situation, or there's somebody that's, you don't really listen to until the time, you
But
know.
they
till
get
you, till
a
they
lot
hit
of
the
these
news.
artists. They get buzz, like it'll blow up once they die because it's such a big story about them dying. That's what attract new people. Like, oh, who was this person? But if he didn't have any clout beforehand, how are we supposed to check for somebody we don't know?
Yeah, I mean, y'all are looking at it through just the content space, but I'll just take a step back because it's like that is, you know, fine. Like you want to connect with artists, but I've seen it happen just with families. 'Cause like, you know, my mom, she ended up going into a coma, and you know, she ended up falling asleep for almost a year. But people that she would call and reach out to that would ignore her, now I'm seeing them all show up at the fucking hospital. Oh, like I ain't seen your ass in years. If you don't get the and it'd be hard for me to be like, this is some fake shit, but like I'm like, I can't tell y'all, like, you know, like y'all don't care about her or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you don't support these people while they functioning, while they are thriving, or not, I mean, like at any point you're not reaching out to them, but then when they're on the hospital bed or in the casket, now you want to confess your feelings to them. I'm starting to respect that less and less.
Yeah, I can understand. I know, like even in you know, a little bit in my situation, even with like my mother right now and some certain family members, there are certain family members that haven't been around for a while, but since, you know, things seem like it's around the corner, you know, now they getting close, trying to be in the wheel, because there be motives behind that.
Yeah.
So it be situations where these people will just come out of the bushes because they know there's a house involved, they know there's a car involved, they know there's some money involved, and they trying to get close. Like there's a situation where someone, like there's family members trying to get close to my siblings. You know, because when something happened,
they want to be.
They're gonna get some. So so they want to make sure that they're like, okay, I've been here from October to November. You know, we've been building a rapport relationship. So now when something happened, you got all of that. You know, I've been struggling, and you know, I'm your uncle. I'm your first cousin, your third cousin, and try to tug on somebody's heartstrings. So with things, sometimes with stuff like that, it is fake. Yeah. In most cases, it is fake.
And we used to have a word for those people. They're called fair weather friends. Mm-hmm. When it looks all good and they think that you're doing all good, they will talk and speak with you. But if they think that you got some shit going on, they will try to avoid you like the fucking plague. Yeah. So if you're somebody that you could see that is on some fake nonsense, and like, if they think that you're doing good and they call you on some random shit, they'll be like, man, it's real tough for me right now. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna get this $50 for some gas, and they'll be like, oh man, I gotta call you back, and I'll be like, get your ass out of here then. I already knew what you was on. Yeah. They only want to be around when they think that you're doing good.
You know, that, you know, but that could be a little tricky because like for me, I'm not really good at staying in contact with people in some cases.
Right.
In some cases, I'm not that good at staying in contact. So my cousin, I got a cousin in Texas, in Houston. He ended up hitting me up one day. He was like, "Yo, cuz, I'm bad." Keep in mind, I don't really call and keep up with the family as much, but you know, it's always on good ends. So he calls me, he asks me, like, "Yo, can I borrow something from you?" And I just send it to him. And then ever since then, you know, we just kind of made sure that we stay closer and connected, because sometimes I don't think sometimes that they're like looking to see if you're doing good. I think sometimes they really doing that bad, and they just like, yo, I don't even know where to go, and I just need the person I think that will say yes.
But like, do y'all also talk when it's not about money?
Yeah, we do.
Then I will tolerate that. It's some people that you only hear from them. And then I go through our text thread, and it's like, hey, can I borrow? And I'll be like, yeah. And I'm like, hey, the next text, the very next, like, it'll be like a gap, and then the next text will be like, hey, can I borrow? Okay. And it's like, yeah. And so it's like, it's not even communication. It's only you reaching out to me.
I don't lend out no money. I don't lend out a damn. People know not to hit my line, because it's a hell no. Because I'm too serious about that, about my bread. I can't play
Yeah,
around.
but like me, like I'm not like super materialistic, and like I love people in my family, but then when I realized that it's like this super terrible one way street,
Yeah.
and then
You do gotta look out for those.
Once you open
My
up
God.
that door to giving out, I got a family member where another family member lent him out some one time, and then it turned into a revolving door. Ask, and it's just like until he almost drained her dry, and it's like he tried to do that to me, and I seen how he operate. I was like, no, I'm not gonna give the initial dollar because that's gonna open the door for you to ask me for $2 next. He gonna ask me for $3, then $4, then $100, then $200. I don't got it.
Yeah.
It's just fact. I don't got it.
No, you're right. That's facts.
Because it's just going, as soon as you give $1, it's just setting a principle that, yeah, this is the guy that I can manipulate in some circumstances.
Yeah.
I can't play around like that.
That's true, and everything. But other than that, when family, it could be tricky. The only thing I will just say is for a lot of people out there, if you do got family and you feel like you starting something and you're not getting the proper support, just understand that your biggest fans is probably going to come from your supporters outside of your family. So it's going to be people that you don't know in most cases. Like there was a story with T.D. Jakes when he talks about when he was starting his church, and he asked everybody in his family, and no one could give him even though some of these people did have money. And no one can give him anything. He ended up getting his big loan from somebody that he didn't even know, right? So, if you trying to start something, don't be discouraged if the people close to you shooting you down, all right?
And then it's like if you want to talk with them about it, and then they don't want to talk to you about what you building.
Yeah.
Life and everything in general is usually real ironic about that. Like that, soon as they want to talk with you about it, you probably won't even have time.
Yeah.
I've seen that shit happen a lot too. Like, you know, you'll be reaching out to them, now they reaching for you, and you like, I just don't have time to speak with you.
And people need to realize life is short. Life is extremely short. There's people die suddenly and everything. You can go to the hospital, everything could be fine, and you will not make it out the hospital. That is a thing. So you shouldn't even waste. I think people shouldn't even waste time being distant to one another or not supporting one another or waiting to the last minute to support somebody. Like, all differences, as long as if you didn't stab somebody in the lower back or, paralyze them, but for real though, like if I didn't paralyze you or steal your rent money, there's no reason why you shouldn't not pick up the phone. No one's that busy to the point they can't pick up the phone. No one's that busy to the point where they just can't do if you're buying something, you can't just, support, right? But to go back to the, life is short thing, like, I done seen situations where, people were going to a hospital. Well, actually a close friend of mine went into the hospital, everything was fine. He went twice too at that. So the first time he went, they told me he had a sinus infection.
Right.
He comes out, and this was, believe it or not, this is like one of my biggest, this is something that hunts me. So in this situation,
You said hunt you?
it hunts me a little bit. In this situation, the last time I spoke to him, I was in Whole Foods, and I'm just walking around, and I'm just looking at the food and stuff, and I was on the phone with him, and he was like, he was sick for a couple of days, and he was like, I'm feeling a little bit better than I was before. And that day, I felt like I should have went and visited him, and I didn't because I thought I had tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So I get the phone call in the morning, saying that he passed, and my whole world crumbled. And the thing that pained me the most was like, he go to the hospital, and it was something that could have been solved. It's something that could have been fixed if they would have just took the time to check. If they would, I think it's called the EKG to find the issues. He had a blood clot, and if they would have just took the time to find that instead of just just guessing and just giving him some medicine and sending him on his way, he still would be here today and everything. And it's
That remind me of shout out Joseph Cosdras, rest in peace.
Yeah.
My neighbor, he had when I was super broke, like I told y'all early
Yeah.
off the camera, this man, he would give me jobs. Like, he used to cut his grass. He's like 60-some years old. He used to cut his grass with his shirt off. The neighborhood ain't want to see it, but he did it anyways.
Yeah.
And he used to cut his grass, and he used to have little odd jobs. And I asked him one day, I was like, "Can I cut your grass?" He's like, "No, I do it."
Yeah.
Then one day he said, "Yeah, you could do it." Then he started letting me make money because he knew I was struggling, man. I was struggling bad.
Yeah.
But he started letting me cut his grass, paint his house, and this and that. Fast forward the relationship like a year. He went to the hospital for stents. The first surgery was good. And then he went again for like a second set of stents, and he ended up passing. And the only way I found out is because I went to his house to cut the grass,
Yeah.
and his son, daughter, and their mom was there because he lived alone.
Mm.
And they was like, "Yeah, sorry he passed," and I just broke down at the door. Like, and that was when I was
You felt grief from that.
yeah, that was when I was a senior in high school. So, you know,
'Cause you don't expect
you
it.
don't know, you
Yeah,
know,
you
because you
won't.
see, it's a healthy dude. He ride the bike from Calumet City to all the way deep in Indiana and back. It's like, this is a picture of health. It's like, and then, you know, just to go to the hospital for some stents and you end up passing
Yeah.
over a procedure that they say is, you know what I'm saying?
Safe.
But that was somebody that you ended up coming in contact with. But have you ever felt like grief a little bit closer to you?
After him passing, I really can't cry behind death like that. So it's like, you know, it's a normal thing. It's like when I was a kid, I remember a night I was in between my big brother and my mom. We were so poor, we were sleeping on the floor. I'm telling you, we was
Superb
poor.
poorness.
So I remember one night I was just thinking about my mom dying, and I was thinking about my grandma dying, and I just was all the way tucked deep under the covers, just having like a panic attack all night, just thinking about them passing. And it's like, after that day, it's like I came to the reality that one day these people are going to be gone. And I got that at like probably 8 or 9 years old. So, you know, ever since then, it's like I just got this understanding that life is finite, it's not infinite. So it's like one day we all gonna be gone. So I just try to make the best every day.
It reminds me of that saying. They say God doesn't laugh and Socrates doesn't cry. Mm-hmm. But where it comes from, with Socrates, why he doesn't cry is because, like, you know, he was a philosopher, but his wife ended up passing, and then they was asking him, like, you know, was he sad? Why is he not sad that his wife has passed? And it's like he had, through just reason alone, like, it makes perfect sense that she passed, she had this disease, then this was going to happen, and it makes perfect sense, and I already expected it. So, like, he didn't have any emotions connected with it because it was just reason.
I think, yeah, and that's it's amazing that you say that, right? Because, you know, the way people died does channel the level of emotions, right?
Yeah.
So if it's a situation where, you know, like you said, you already knew that this disease is a disease that kills over time. So he's already mentally prepared.
Right.
I don't think you can prepare for, like how you say you broke down because you know he was healthy. You know, even in my situation, I couldn't prepare for that, right? You know, at the time, what 34? You know, this is somebody you speak to every day, and depending on you're right, you won't cry for everybody. You're not gonna cry for everybody. It does depend on the level of the relationship. So if this is somebody that you speak to every day, you look forward to talking to when you wake up. This is somebody you just, it's just your right hand man's or your mother or somebody that you really, because I learned, that's when I realized I loved them.
Right.
Like, pause, but like it was a real love. Like I didn't you don't really know how much you love a person until they really gone.
Yeah.
So like so in that situation, when you lose someone due to a technicality or a misdiagnosed, you're angry. You angry at the person, you angry at the establishment. Like I don't, because of that situation, I do not trust hospitals at all. Like I don't think I'm gonna make it out if I go in.
It leads me to that, like back to my mom going into a coma. Yeah. She's able to watch this right now, and hopefully she ends up seeing it. Yeah. But they was fighting me. Them doctors was fighting me. I was 22 years old. They was fighting me. He's saying that she was a vegetable. They couldn't do anything, and they only looking at insurance. I ended up moving to my mama like around 3 or 4 hospitals, just trying to move her around because the insurance would run out at each hospital. So I'm just doing everything I can to keep her alive. Yeah. And they looking at me like I'm just a delusional kid. As those months went by and her still being asleep, I'm looking completely stupid because we got well-educated doctors. They know more. That's laying out the facts like this. Right. Yeah. and I'm just like, I know my mom is too young to be going through this. This ain't right. And before that, what ended up preparing me for that moment is that my uncle, he ended up, dying from alcoholism. Mm-hmm. And, one of my aunties, she felt like they pulled him off the plug too premature. And then she was like, don't let them pull me off like that. Yeah. And when I always thought about that, but I kid you not, around that 6 or 7 month, it was hard as hell dealing with just them. Oh, it's 7 months. You
saying anything to you.
But then, when she woke up, and now she's awake and she's alive, what can y'all say? I thought y'all was the educated doctors. Yeah. And so my mistrust with doctors is through the roof. But it's like, you try to go to them. I'm just trying to do everything I can not to be in the clutches of these people that don't give a damn. Because my mom was just a sleep vegetable that deserved to be off the life support to them, and that's all they thought. But now she can watch this, and I didn't even have kids at that time, but she's met her grandkids. Yeah,
and it that came from you just holding strong, right? Because that could be tricky,
and just having faith.
Yeah, and having faith, because the last time I went to the hospital, a person passed, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think white doctors should work on black people. I'm just gonna keep it a bean. This might be the craziest thing I said, but
they have no empathy.
I don't think they share the same type of empathy. I think they and by us being so emotional, like sometimes they'll play on that, and they know that, right? So they'll come to you, smile, pretend like they sad, pretend like it's a big deal, and they just running game. They're just running game, and it's like, yo, how crazy and desensitized you have to be to just do that. Yeah, granted, I understand you work in a hospital. I understand that a lot of people die every day, but at least you can do is try to have more people come around. Like in that situation, I'm just watching people, you see a family mourning, and you just watching people just walk through the family without stopping, without touching their shoulders.
Because nothing. They become desensitized because if they working around people in a hospital setting, they've seen people die or whatever, so that makes them into zombies. Or I'm just at work, just another day. Or another person and died. But I don't never feel like you should lose that care about life. Yeah. If somebody died, somebody just didn't die. Life was lost, and these people are being affected by it. Yeah. You say they walking through the crowd, still
walking through, acting like they ain't got nothing.
Y'all should have threw a pot at them.
Trying to look nosy and stuff. Like I could put one of the people through a door. You know what?
Just pick up something and throw it at them. Because like, do you not realize what's happening? We dealing with a death right here, and y'all may not know this person, but y'all know this situation. Have some respect for it, for sure.
And to go towards like what you said a little bit earlier when you said people just like it's just another day at work. Don't be in that field if you don't really love taking care of people. Like I had seen a RN ceremony when they graduate, and they wear like a They got like a robe. So they go. It's an oath, and it's something that they say that like they do because they genuinely, purely love taking care of people and everything. So it's like when they make that, when they graduate, they say like they not doing it for the money. You know, they're doing it because they really want to help people. So for it to be in a situation where it's getting to a point where now this medical field is full of people that don't have that compassion, that's strictly doing it for the money. Now you're gonna see a lot of oops situations.
You gotta take the damn profit incentive out of hospitals. We're the only country when you gotta pay for insurance. I go inside the hospital because I was dealing with abdominal pain. I didn't know what was going on.
You got the boo boo, man.
That's what they dumbass said. You know, as censored as I could be. But so like I go up and now I'm dealing with abdominal pain and they like here fill out these forms or whatever. I'm feeling like I'm about to die. I'm like, and they making me fill out paperwork. It was like that scene from Don't Be a Menace when a nigga was on fire and he was still had to do the paperwork.
Yeah.
And they put me up under the scanner. They couldn't figure out what was going on with me, and I'm having like internal bleeding. And they couldn't tell me what happened. I had to diagnose myself what it was that I ended up taking ibuprofen on an empty stomach. And ibuprofen eats up the stomach lining.
Yeah.
So, like, that's a PSA. If you're pregnant, don't take it. And if you're on an empty stomach, don't take it. But, like, they couldn't figure that out. I had to figure it out for myself. Like, I read the bottle and it was, like, may cause stomach bleeding. I'm like, oh, shit. And then they after I'm feeling like I'm on the bed feeling like I'm about to die, they prescribed me some laxative and was like, it might be constipation. That was a terrible misdiagnosis. If I was going off them, I would have went back home, taking ibuprofen to deal with the pain, and that's the shit that's doing what it was doing.
And then after that, they gave you a $2,000 bill.
Oh, you know they did. They did. They charged me. They charged me through the roof for telling me the wrong shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I cannot put myself in the clutches of these people. No way.
I don't think that it's more of a race thing, like you're saying earlier, about the white doctors or the white nurses with the black people, because I got a white friend, my best friend, Connie Cat, shout out to you. She was at the hospital last year, and every doctor and nurse was telling her that she was finna die. Everybody coming in her room was saying, yeah, we're going to be putting you on hospice, and yeah, you're not going to make it home. Don't even make any plans to go home, because, you know, she has stage 4 cancer and her magnesium levels was super low. And
she's still fighting it?
Yeah, she's still fighting it now.
Stay strong out there.
Yeah, so everybody's telling her that she is going to die. And it's like this one dude, a nurse up in there, he told her straight up, I'm just here for a paycheck. Like, he told her that. So the compassion, you know, in the medical field is messed up, man. There's a lot of people that's just getting into it because they like, hey, I could get a bag of money. Yeah. Like, I had a friend, I miss her too. I ain't gonna lie to you. But anyways, she was an RN with an associate's degree making $40 an hour.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, so like if you know the money is there, that's what people is going. But if they only there because of the money, you lose that compassion, you lose that empathy. And when you're dealing with people, whether it's in medical or you dealing with kids in public schools like that, we have to care about these people and care about the jobs, like doctors and teachers.
Love the job.
Yeah. You gotta care. You gotta give a damn.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I'm like, you know, teachers should be paid more so that they can care more about their job. But then you got, if that is the case, then you have what's going on in the medical industry. The people is only in there for the money and they still don't care. So it's tough.
In that case, people at McDonald's and Culver's and all them places, they need more money too, so they don't spit on our food. Man.
You don't want no disgruntled Culver's worker, you know. Put your bun on the bin of the garbage can or something, on the rim of it. Put it on you. There you go. Yeah. But you know, to get real quick, you know, we ain't doctors, so we're working on the disclaimers. All right, so, but
oh yeah, subscribe, man. If you're watching, subscribe, man.
Especially if you didn't watch this far, you already
like the video, man. Just like it. It's not gonna cost you $1. Just like the video, subscribe, man, and share it with somebody that you love.
Thank you. But to bring everything full circle, you know, life is short, you know, and it is getting to a point where you can't really go to a hospital because the morality is down, you know, compassion is down. You don't know what hands you're gonna fall into. You know, even like when I listen to your story, and I'm pretty sure you told the doctor the truth. You know, some people go to the doctor and lie, and then the doctor can't really diagnose them. So the simple fact that you went in there, told them everything you was taking.
But they didn't even ask me that, and I wouldn't even have thought to tell them that because I didn't even think that over-the-counter medicine could be affecting me in that way. They didn't ask me that, or even tell me that could be a possibility.
Well, they still should have like.
So you found out when you went home?
Yeah, and I was like, "What the hell?" Because I started walking through my days, and I was like, "What have I been doing?" And I had been taking ibuprofen in a fasted state, and that shit was killing me.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure when they draw your blood, they can look in your blood and see what's in your
I feel like they should have been
they
able
should
to
have
do that.
known back then, like, yo, it's ibuprofen, when it was last time. It's still questions.
Yeah,
you know,
they should
protocol,
have. I feel like they should have known. I feel like that's what they went to school for. But they gave me a prescription for some laxative and told me that I need to come. I'm like, I haven't been eating like that. I'm like, man.
But to bring it full circle, and I'm glad that you made it through that because you know
me too.
Yeah, you could have
Sure.
just been out there with some bad advice. Your family members would be like, "Yo, take some Tylenol with the ibuprofen." You know,
It helped with the pain, right?
You know, take 500 milligrams. You know, but to bring everything full circle, you know, it's important to support people while they're around. It's important. Don't wait till they die. Don't wait till the last minute. You know. Don't make it a problem when it's not a problem. You know, make sure you reach out to the people and support and everything.
So, speaking of supporting, I want to support y'all, and I ended up getting some assistance.
Throw this bad boy up.
Oh wow, this smell delicious too. Hey, y'all jealous at home, huh? This smell good. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but she ended up, you know, showing her support, and also, you know, we support her both ways. She the best baker out here in the Midwest, owner of Marguerite's Bake Shop, and she made that for us for the squad, and I want to let y'all see that as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, is this mic edible or no?
No.
What's the Instagram? What's the website where everybody can find this?
Oh yeah, it's Marguerite's Bake Shop on Instagram. I mean, she on most social platforms. You just type in Marguerite's Bake Shop. Y'all find that on there.
All right.
Yeah.
And you know what? I guess we're about to get into this cake. This is the Common Knowledge Podcast. I'm Ken, the analyst, your host, sitting right across from me. No Idols, aka No ID. Mr. 310, he about to ruin his diet. He gonna lose some of that 310 today.
Yeah.
And this is the Common Knowledge Podcast. We're out of here.
All right.
Peace.